K9CKY, mobile and listening.
W8.
Amateur radio newsline will start in 5 minutes.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2404 with a release date of Friday, November 24th, 2023. To follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Radio waves may be used to help diagnose climate issues. A launch of the first pink satellite in space. And can you turn a can of ham into an antenna? All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2404 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Union, Kentucky, here's Neil Rapp, WB9VPG.
Our top story this week asks the question, can radio waves help diagnose climate issues? A team of researchers says yes. And Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, tells us what else they're saying.
The atmosphere has a message for us, and it's possible we may be able to receive it thanks to the 6G networks of the future. This next-generation form of telecommunications is already being eyed for cellular deployment. But its range from 100 gigahertz into the terahertz frequencies positions it for another unintended use. According to an article in the IEEE spectrum, waves utilized by 6G are easily absorbed by gases in the atmosphere. As such, scientists may be able to use the radio waves to discern what kind of atmospheric gases are present, especially the kind that imperil the well-being of the planet and those who live on it. The Spectrum article quoted from a research paper in the journal IEEE Network, in which Boston researcher Joseph Journet suggests that because different molecules absorb electromagnetic radiation differently, scientists can employ 6G transmissions in much the same way spectroscopy can be used to identify which molecules are present and what their concentration is. Journet, in fact, calls it over-the-air spectroscopy. Although 6G networks are not yet ready for prime time, the study's authors believe dual-purpose 6G networks of the future could have immense benefits. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
A new satellite inspired by a Slovakian businessman's daughter is a family-friendly CubeSat with an educational mission, and it's the first pink satellite to be sent into orbit. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, introduces us.
Slovakian businessman Boris Prochik is not just the father of a little girl named Veronica, he's also the father of a pink nanosatellite of the same name. The amateur radio satellite was launched recently as part of a SpaceX mission aboard a Falcon 9 rocket after a successful build by Space Manic, a spin-off of the Slovak Organization for Space Activities. Those involved in the mission have declared the 1U CubeSat to be the first family-inspired satellite and certainly the first one that was built in the color pink. Its features include a CW beacon and a digipeater. The download frequency is 436.680 megahertz. Amateur Radio Club OM3KSI is operating the satellite and assisting with its various goals, which include getting grammar and high school students involved in receiving its transmissions, which will include special messages in CW and AX25 packet radio. The Prague Observatory and Planetarium Planetum will also share the educational use of the little satellite. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
A Chicago area broadcast veteran and an active radio amateur has become a silent key. We hear about him from Andy Morrison, K9AWM. Oren Brand, K9KEJ, didn't just use radio as a licensed amateur. Listeners in the Chicago area knew him as Mike Jackson, an outspoken outdoorsman who hosted a radio program and wrote a column for more than 2 decades for the Daily Herald. He also spent a half-century working in radio and TV. According to his page on QRZ.com, his love of radio began with ham radio in the 1950s when he was growing up in Chicago. As a radio professional, he hosted a conservative-leaning radio talk show that was broadcast at WCGO AM and live-streamed on the station's webpage, as well as his own personal Mike Jackson webpage. An accomplished fisherman, he was inducted into the Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame in 2011 as a legendary communicator. Oren Brand died on Wednesday, November 15th at the age of 79. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM. There's nothing like planning ahead, and on one Pennsylvania University campus, the Ham Radio Club is planned well next solar eclipse, as we hear from Cell MB KB3 TZD.
The amateur radio station at the University of Scranton has a new shack that will feature a panoramic look of the Pennsylvania city whose name the school carries. But the best, most crowd-pleasing view will come not from looking out the floor-to-ceiling windows, but rather the new 40-foot tower and HF multiband antenna installed there earlier this month on the campus. Amateur station W3USR will be ready to get on the air, and even more importantly, will be working to provide a unique view of its own in April when the sun enters a total eclipse over North America. Campus hams will be participating in the work of HamSci, the citizen science research organization that has been assisting NASA's studies of how solar eclipses, such as the annular eclipse in October, affect the ionosphere and radio propagation. The installation was funded with the help of private donations and an amateur radio digital communications grant earlier this year of almost $200,000 provided to physics and electrical engineering professor Nathaniel Frissell, W2NF, the creator of HamSci. Of course, the collegiate amateurs will be keeping a close eye on terrestrial goings-on as well. The station also has VHF, UHF, satellite, and microwave capability, and can be part of the local emergency response network as well. Nathaniel, the club's advisor, has already helped many of the students receive the necessary emergency response training with the Luzerne County Emergency Communication Agency. This is LMB, KB3, TZD.
The Ham Radio Workbench podcast is fast approaching its 200th show, and it's going to celebrate on December 3rd with a big Herwablota. No, I didn't just mispronounce another really large word. That's what the organizers are calling the event. It's short for Ham Radio Workbenches on the Air. The hosts are marking the occasion with a 4-hour activation on HF, DMR, and Allstar that allows listeners to make contacts with each of the presenters and to score points. Be listening between 1800 UTC and 2200 UTC. No one's looking to make this difficult. If you work at least 2 hosts, you get a certificate of participation. There are bigger certificates, too. See details on the website hrwbota.com. Imagine being missing from your family for 24 years. An alert amateur radio operator in India was able to end one man's long absence from home by simply keeping his eyes open, asking questions, and yes, using his radio. We hear the details from Jim Meachins at L2 BHF.
It was not an amateur radio contact, but a visit to a tea vendor at a bus station that led hams in West Bengal to bring a former military engineer and his family together after the man went missing 24 years ago. The family had last seen him when he was 44 years old and his son was 15. According to news reports, the father disappeared while en route home to Uttar Pradesh from a military camp in Assam, where he had been posted with the military's Engineering Services Department. According to a report on the Statesman website, the family was so certain that he had died in 2006 that they held a funeral ritual for him. His son, Raj Kumar, told local news media that in spite of that, he and his 2 sisters never gave up hope that they would see their father again. The man's wife, however, died a year and a half ago as the search for him continued. The secretary of the West Bengal Club, Ambrashna Biswar, VU2JFA, told the Statesman that he had spotted a man repeatedly during his frequent visits to a tea vendor at a bus station during the past few months. He began inquiring with the elderly man, who apparently had only limited information about his family and their whereabouts. The ham shared with his own club what little information he could gather about the man's connections to Uttar Pradesh. West Bengal hams contacted hams in Uttar Pradesh, and they located the man's remaining family members. As Newsline went to production, the hams were working with local authorities to have the man return home. This is Jim Meacham at L2BHF.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including D-Star Reflector 91C at 7:30 p.m. Melbourne, Australian time on Wednesdays, or 0830 UTC. have a QSO with a prominent award winner or a whole bunch of them? Now is the time to fire up your rig as we hear from Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
The name E.T. Krinkle, Ernest Theodorovich Krinkle, is well known for his wide range of contributions to amateur radio, including his notable Arctic and Antarctic expeditions. The HF Spectrum was his well-used tool for communication, experimentation and inspiration. There are 213 recipients of the E.T. Krinkle Medal, which was created to recognize individuals, organizations and other entities whose involvement in amateur radio exemplifies the polish and devotion of Krinkle, who became a silent key in 1971. This year, on the 120th anniversary of his birth, the Krinkle Medal Committee has introduced a certificate that amateur radio stations and shortwave listeners can earn by making contact with or giving a reception report for as many medal recipients as possible worldwide. Each confirmed contact is worth 10 points, and a minimum of 120 points is required. A bonus of 50 points will be awarded for any shortwave or amateur radio contact with RK3F, the radio station of the Central Museum of Amateur Radio in Moscow. Points will be double for any contact or shortwave reception with medal recipients on Krinkle's birthday, December 24th, the official day of remembrance for Krinkle. This is Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
Congratulations to Jeff DeLusne, KB9QG, Vice President of the Northeastern Indiana Amateur Radio Association, who was awarded the ARRL Technical Services Award. The award recognizes his ongoing work with the repair and maintenance of the radios and equipment at the club, where he keeps the antennas tuned and, when needed, rebuilt. He also customizes equipment for the club's needs when necessary. In addition, Jeff is responsible for training new hams and assisting others with upgrading their licenses. He was given the award by the ARRL Central Division Director, Carl Lutzelschwab, K9LA. Hams throughout IARU Region 1 are setting aside a day to celebrate radio's growing accessibility for persons with disabilities. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us how to get involved.
The United Nations has declared the 3rd of December to be the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Organizers in Region 1 of the International Amateur Radio Union have been busy coordinating events for member societies. This is a day to recognize and celebrate the accessibility that amateur radio provides to everyone, either through special equipment designed to be used by hams with various disabilities, or recognizing nets organized by disabled amateurs. Activities on this day celebrate the inclusion that radio offers despite many individuals' personal challenges. The Region 1 coordinator, Riri, OD5RI, told Newsline in an email that many member societies will be participating by getting on the air with special call signs. There will also be other on-air events to raise awareness of the ongoing need for ham radio to be an inclusive community. Individual operators and member societies will be honored for their participation. Riri said the activities support the global program's sustainable development goals, which include the removal of inequality. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, listen for Yuri VE3DZ operating as 5B4AQW until the 28th of November. He will participate in the CQ Worldwide DXCW contest on November 25th and 26th as P3D. QSL via his home call. Listen for DEMA, RA9USU, using the call sign 7073T on Socotra Island, IOTA number AF028 until the 28th of November. He is operating mainly CW with some FT8 and will participate in the CQ Worldwide CW contest. CQRZ.com for QSL details. The Radio Club de Lion F8KLY will be on the air as TM1AB from the 25th of November to the 9th of December. The club is marking the 100-year anniversary of the first transatlantic amateur two-way contact between Leon Deloy, F8AB, and Fred Schnell, 1MO, on the 28th of November in 1923. For details, CQRZ.com. Keith, GM4YXI, and Chris, GM3WOJ, are in the Shetland Islands, IOTA number EU012. They will participate in the CQ Worldwide DXCW contest as GS7V. Before and after the contest, listen for them operating as GS2MP. See QRZ.com for QSL details. For our final story, we ask, what can you do with a can of ham? Well, you can make a sandwich for one thing, or you can make a contact on a local repeater. John Williams, VK4JJW, explains.
Viewers of his YouTube channel, Ham Radio Rookie, now know that Ben Eady, VE6SFX, has become a man with a can and a plan. The can once contained ham, and the plan for the can was grand. Ben first ate the ham, washed the can, and got to his plan. He turned it into an antenna. That's right, an antenna. It was Ben's latest experiment on his channel's new feature called Will It Ham. The 7-minute video shows him attaching a PVC pipe, adding a few 3D printed pieces to the assembly, and putting a jumper on it to turn it into a slot antenna. After finding a likely feed point, he checks it with a nano VNA and declares it beautifully resonant on 70 centimeters and ready for a radio check on a local repeater with the help of a friend. He tells his friend, "I'm talking to you via a can of ham," and the good signal report that comes back is clearly no baloney. His friend asks, would the antenna be as resonant if the ham was still inside? Oh, that's a question Ben could surely sink his teeth into. Meanwhile, he tells YouTube viewers that he's in search of other possible projects that are too absurd for anyone else to do. What's in his future? Perhaps he'll turn a tin of tuna into a tuna. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
If you have a piece of amateur radio news that you think Newsline would be interested in, send it on. We're not talking about advertising your club's upcoming ham fest or field day participation, but something that is out of the ordinary. If so, send us a brief overview via the contact page at arnewsline.org. If it's newsworthy and we would like to cover it, we'll get back to you for more details. Meanwhile, if you're feeling even a little bit poetic, visit our website to learn more about the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. Use the entry form on our website, and please follow the rules for writing your 3-line haiku, and be sure to check out our previous winners. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News Service, ARRL, Bob Josewai, WA3PZO, the Chicago Sun-Times, CQ Magazine, David BR, K7DB, the DeKalb County Star, FCC, 425DX News, Hackaday, Hap Holly, KC9RP, the IEEE Statesman, Crinkle Metal Committee, QRZ.com, Riri Azarak, OD5RI, the Royal News, ShortwaveRadio.de, Space Manic, the Statesman, the Times of India, Wireless Institute of Australia, YouTube, and your listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, in Union, Kentucky, saying 7-3, and as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
W8WKY, timeout.
SLG, this is KD8EPC.
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Hey Dustin, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad there, Nick. How are you, my friend?
Never better, man, never better. Say something so I can hear you, please.
All right there, Nick. Well, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't have a whole lot for you, but we'll talk here for a few seconds and make sure you can hear me and I'm not all noisy. And yeah, so there you go.
Sounds good, man. Don't move a thing. Don't let Lucy bump anything, and grab your beverage and get settled in. Should be fun tonight, man. Should be fun.
Very good there. And you said we've got Eric on trivia. I think Gary just texted me asking if I needed a trivia question.
Yeah, I talked to Eric last night on the Bolo net, and LT assured me that he would be here. He may be a few minutes late, but gives us plenty of time to get all the check-ins in and lined up. So no worries. He should be here.
W8ELM.
Go ahead.
Just wanted to let you know I am here.
Perfect. Good to have you on there. We'll call for you there after we take our check-ins. And thanks again for picking up trivia this evening.
All right. Thanks for running the net, Dustin. And Nick, for your assistance also. W8ELM standing by.
Well, there you go, Dustin. The whole gang is here. We're ready to rock and roll. KD8SLG, standing by.
W8WKY.
W8ELM, AA8CF. AA8CS, W8ELM. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening, Eric. I just wanted to ask you quickly, are you going to be tricky again this week? That was a bold question last week. I got to tell you, a great one, but bold. Over.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
Well, you'll have to decide, I guess, Gary, whether it's bold or not. In my estimation, I would say no.
Oh, you underestimate yourself. All right, I'm going to clear the frequency here, Eric. I look forward to your questions, I really do. But I got one in my back pocket. Well, I might use mine next week, since I'm up next week. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to clear off frequency here. I will be standing by. This is AA8CF.
All right, Gary. Well, I can kind of plan on that if you want to use yours next week. I'll still be standing by, just in case. AA8CS, W8ELM.
Eric, my only fear is that you get yourself burnt out, and man, that would just be a loss on our part. So, whenever you want me to substitute, and that's all it would be is a substitute, I am ready and willing. I'll pick up mine next week, give you the week off, and we'll take it from there. All right. Again, I'll clear the frequency. This is AA8CS standing by.
QSL W8ELM.
telecalls. Doug and Morton check it in.
K8 ZHG, Doug, this is KD8 SLG. And that'll start in, about 2.5, 3 minutes. And if you wait then and check in if you want to just check in and out or check in to stick around for trivia, you're welcome to do that. Please do. Stick around and listen to how it works tonight. This is KD8 SLG.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ, this is W8WKY calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control operator for the evening using the club called W8WKY. We meet on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and encourage all amateurs to participate. This is a directed net. Please direct all traffic through net control. And as always, priority or emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. All right, before we get started here, we have just a couple of announcements this evening. Looks like the first one here is we have a license exam session coming up December 2nd in Sharon Center there. Details available at w8wky.org. And the Christmas party is coming up December 7th, and I believe that sign-ups for that end today. So if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and do that. Before we start taking check-ins, is there anybody else that has announcements this evening? Please call now. All right, not hearing anybody with announcements there. Tonight we'll start taking in and out traffic, followed by regular check-ins there. So let's see here. This is W8WKY. I'm looking for check-ins for the Tuesday Night Net in and out check-ins for the Club Net. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Kilo Alpha, Josh and Ella in and out. And in Barberton.
Jim, do we have any other in and out check-ins? Please call now.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Juliet Romeo, John and Wadsworth.
Good evening, Dustin. Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8KOC, Fred in Akron. I'll be on and out this evening. You have a great net, buddy. 7-3 to you and everyone else.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB, Randy and Ripman. I'll be in and out, and 73, and God bless.
All right, we picked up a few more there. I got WA8JR, John. I have WA8KOC, Fred, and I got K8TLB, Randy. All right, do we have any other in and out check-ins for the Sarah Tuesday night net? Please call now.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango, Mike, Carry at Portage Lakes, in and out.
All right, I got WCTM Carey, and it sounded like somebody else may have been doubling with him. If there was somebody else there I missed, please come back. All right, we'll take one more call here for in and out check-ins for the net. Please call now.
In and out.
All right, that last station, all I got was in and out. One more time, please.
Kilo Echo 8, India, Mike Echo, David, Sterling.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, David. Somebody else doubled with you, so I missed your call, but thought I recognized the voice. All right, we'll call that our in and outs there. Now that we got a nice list of in and out check-ins, let's take some regular check-ins. Regular check-ins, Sarah Tuesday night net. Please call W8WKY.
Kilo Delta 8 Tango November Foxtrot. My name is Chris, Westfield Township, Medina County. With traffic.
Kilo Charlie 8, Echo Yankee, Dave from East Sparta.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Quebec X-Ray, KE8 VQX, Joe in Akron.
Kilo Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo, KE8 UIB, John in Massillon.
All right, we picked up a nice list there. Let me tell you who I've got. I have KD8TNF Chris at the top of the list, followed by KC8EY David, K8VQX Joe, and K8UIB John. Do we have any other regular check-ins for the Sarah Tuesday night net? Please call now.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
Alpha 8, Charlie, Sierra, AA8CS, Gary in Fairlawn.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Hotel Golf, KE8, EHC, Doug and Norton.
WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Kilo Charlie 8, Hotel Delta Papa, KC8 HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Charlie Kilo, KG4 SCK, Mark Copley.
November 8, Lima Tango Radio,
Bill in green on RF, the way it should be.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, Eric in Strongsville.
All right, let me hold it up right there and tell you who I picked up. We got KA8MNT Tom, we have AA8CS Gary, we have K8ZHG Doug, we have WO3X John, KC8HDP Jerry, KG4SCK Mark, N8LTR Bill, and KEVZ8 Eric. Do we have any other regular check-ins for the Tuesday Night Net? Please call now.
Well, good evening, KCA, Fox Queen Victor, a regular, and we'll run the gamut, KSFQV.
Kilo 9 Charlie, Kilo Yankee, Jason and Big Prairie.
All right, we picked up KC8FQV, and we have K9CKY Jason. All right, we got quite the list here, so we'll get to that here in just a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go up and we're going to talk to our trivia master and get our trivia question. W8ELM, Eric, what do you have for us?
W8WKY from W8ELM. Got a pretty quick one tonight. On October 13th, 2023, NASA launched the Psyche spacecraft to probe a mysterious asteroid of the same name. The Psyche asteroid is of special interest because of A, its hyperbolic orbit around the Sun, B, dust volcanoes erupting on its surface, C, its unusually high metal content, D, a very narrow waist separating it into two halves, kind of a dumbbell shape. Again, on October 13, 2023, NASA launched the Psyche spacecraft, by the way, Psyche is Psyche, to probe a mysterious asteroid of the same name. The Psyche asteroid is of special interest because of A, alpha, its hyperbolic orbit around the Sun, B, Bravo, dust volcanoes erupting on its surface, C, Charlie, its unusually high metal content, or D, Delta, a very narrow waist separating it into two halves. Back to net.
All right, thank you there, Eric. Certainly appreciate you doing trivia this evening, and that's a good one. And as net control, I'm going to take my chance and wait here and see what other people have to say. So we're going to start at the top of the list here with Chris, KD8TNF. Good evening. How you doing?
Hey, good evening to you and the net. I'm going to pass on the trivia. I tend to get those wrong, so. I have some brief traffic. Can I pass that on, please?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Radio buddy of mine in the Wayne County area has 100 feet of Roan 25 tower that is free, but you got to dismantle it. And there's some communications antennas on it that they would prefer be left behind. But it's free. It's yours. Bring some friends, call in some favor. Maybe buy some beer. I don't know. But if anyone's interested, my call is kd8tnf@gmail.com. Drop me a line and I'll hook you up with the guy. And that was my traffic. So, a lot of great DX out there. The solar cycle is really flexing its muscles. So you want to fill up your logbook, now's the time to do it. I'm having a great time. 7-3, everyone. KD8TNF. Back to that.
All right there, Chris. We'll enjoy the HF bands, and we'll keep that in mind there. Anybody looking for a 100-foot tower, get a hold of Chris there. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. All right, let's go talk to KC8EEY. David, how you doing?
Doing great. Eric, he kind of, well, maybe my hearing's not quite so good. If he can give me the answers again, I'll pick one.
Let me see here. I think we might be able to make that happen. W8ELM, can you give us the answers one more time there, please?
Not only that, I'll give you the question. The question is, the Psyche asteroid is of special interest because of A, its hyperbolic orbit around the sun, B, dust volcanoes erupting on its surface, C, its unusually high metal content, D, a very narrow waist separating it into two halves.
All right, thank you so much there, Eric. We really appreciate you again doing the trivia. Let's go back over here to David, KC8EEY. Take it away.
W8WKY.
Okay, I'm going to go with the unusual high metal content, just off the top of my head. No particular reason. I will say one thing, I'm enjoying being on the inside today instead of the outside. Wow, what a brutal day. 4 more weeks and I'll be heading south for the season. And, and really I can't wait. Okay, back to the net. This is KC8EEY.
All right there. Well, Dave, thanks for joining us tonight. We got you down for C, and boy, I'm a little jealous. You're going to have to soak up some sun and some warm weather for me while you're down there. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we're going to move on down the list here to K8VQX. Joe, I understand that you got a new radio. Go ahead.
W8WKY. This is KE8VQX. Yeah, Dustin, I did. And I actually saw your call sign on my new 5100. I don't know how that happened, but you do. So anyway, going to have a lot of fun with that, working with the D-Star. As far as the question goes, I don't know. I went to pull a nickel out of my coffee can in my closet to have semifinals and finals, and I'm just going to go with C as in Charlie. That's what the coin says. So, yeah, look forward to doing some D-Star with you, and had a QSO with Nick earlier today on that. So anyway, fun stuff. KE8VQX, back to net control.
All right there, Joe. Well, we got you down for C, and yeah, you were connected there to the repeater, and I keyed up looking for Nick, so that's how my call sign ended up on your 5100, because I think I heard you call, but I was on the other side of the room and a little confused because this VFO is turned down. So anytime you want to play some D-Star, you just let me know, and we'll go up there happily. So we'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you down the log. All right, we're going to go catch a mobile station real quick here. KC3 QFC, FedEx Mike, good evening.
KDPC, KC3 QFC, FedEx Mike. Good evening, one and all. Hopefully you guys are missing all this snow activity. Oops, I cussed on the radio. Hi. That's a dirty word. Because it sure is miserable over here. Syracuse is getting slammed. I don't know about Buffalo anymore, but it took me 3 hours on what should have taken me only 2 hours and 15 minutes. Took me 3 hours. It's miserable getting through up here. So hopefully everybody's had a good week. It's been a few check-ins missed on this net here, so we figured we'd swing over here and wave a hand at the club net. But other than dealing with the poor weather, everything's going good. Can't complain too bad. We're getting these special gifts moved. You got to help out old Mr. St. Nick. Other than that, hopefully everybody has a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll try to get you guys tomorrow night on the Beacon Net. KC3 QFC. Thank you for getting me back to net control.
All right there, Mike. Well, thanks for taking the time to check in with us while you're mobiling out there, and you mobile safely for sure. Other parts of the state got quite a bit of snow, I think, but here we didn't get much, not even enough to cover the grass, really, just a powder coating, really. So there you go, but it was pretty cold here, we'll say that. But you mobile safely, keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, and we'll catch you there down the log, my friend. All right, let's jump back up here and talk to John, K8UIB. Good evening.
KD8EPC from K8UIB. Good evening, Dustin, everybody out there on the net. And trivia question. I'll go with B, Bravo. We'll see where that lands tonight. With that, I just want to chime in. Hope everybody's doing good on this Tuesday evening and staying warm, because it is cold out there, that's for sure. But with that, you guys know I love to live the $5 dream, a nickel at a time. Best way to do it is getting to play radio on this net on Tuesday evening. With that, I'm going to hand this back to net control. 7-3, y'all.
All right there, John. Well, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. It's always good to hear you. We got you down for answer B this evening, and we're going to toss a nickel in the jar for you there. So we'll say 73, and we're going to jump on over here to Canton and talk to Tom. K8MNT, good evening.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango. Good evening, everybody that's on the net tonight. Well, trivia first, and eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Everybody says never pick C, so I think I'm going to go with C. What the heck? Can't do no more than be wrong, so that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, what else went on today? Not much. We had breakfast with the 6-meter group again, and we solved the world's problems, so y'all can lay down the night and get a good night's rest. Be no trouble whatsoever tomorrow. Yeah. And then I've got some swampland in Arizona that I can sell you to while I'm at it. But other than that, everything's going good. I did ask around to find out who didn't pay the gas bill to keep the outside warmed. And so far, no one has owned up to it. They say it was I don't know. And if I catch I don't know, it'll be the last time, I think. But other than that, I'm going to say 7-3s, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, turning everything back over to W8WKY. 7-3s.
All right there, Tom. Well, great to hear you out there tonight, and I'll tell you what, I'm right there with you. If you catch the guy that didn't pay the bill, you better call me, and we're going to have to teach him a lesson. Hi. We'll say 73 for now, and we look forward to hearing you there down the log. All right, let's go over and talk to our fearless leader now, AA8CS, Gary. Take it away.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Good to be here this evening. Eric, another fabulous question. Another fabulous one. Yeah, you weren't that tricky this week like you were last week. Last week, you had to examine the descriptor verbs and stuff to get the right answer, which made it a great question. Anyway, let me get to the trivia first. I'm going to follow my own postulate, and that is, if you don't know, pick C. But you all know the story about Eric and C. So you know, when Eric's pulling the strings, you pick C at your own risk. At any rate, that's where I'm going with it. And I just wanted everyone to know the reservations have closed for the Christmas party. But there's going to be a pretty good crowd. We had a number of reservations, and it should be a lot of fun. So I do want to thank everybody who signed up for the party. Hopefully we'll be able to get out on time, but it's going to be a super good time. With that, let me turn it back to Nat. This is Alpha Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, otherwise known as Custom Select.
All right there, Gary. I'm disappointed in you picking C. Oh, man. Looking forward to that Christmas party. It should be a good one, and hopefully we do have a good turnout there. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's go over to Doug now, K8ZHG. Doug, good evening. Talk a little closer to your radio if you can. You were a little quiet checking in. Go ahead.
W8WKY.
This is Doug, K8ZHG in Norton. I want to say hello to everyone. I'm going to go with number C, metal content. And I had a fun day today. My wife and I moved out here about a year ago from Washington State. We were sort of on the metro hiking pretty good area. We went up to the Big Round Park and did the Seneca Trail. So we got our earmuffs in and really fun. We had a great time hiking in the snow. And we're really looking forward to going next spring next spring. And wanted to say 73 to everyone and talk to you next week.
All right there, Doug. Well, welcome to the net and welcome to the club there. We're glad to have you with us. We got you down for answer C this evening. We certainly appreciate you being here, and I look forward to hearing you again there down the log real soon. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we're going to go down to John, WO3X. Take it away.
Good evening, Dustin, and all on the net. This is WO3X. This morning I looked out the window, and the pavement was dry. Then when it was time for my wife and I to go somewhere, just before that it started to snow, and so none of the roads were treated because that snow came on so suddenly, and there ended up being about an inch on the surfaces on the pavement, so made for a tricky drive. Let's see, regarding the trivia question, let's see, I think I'm going to go along with the crowd and also the toss of the coin and the risk that Gary is taking in choosing C. So I too am going to choose C, the metal content, at my own risk. So with that, this is WO3X, back to W8WKY, back to the net.
All right there, John. Well, we didn't have anything really here in Medina this morning. I got up and went to go to work, and there wasn't anything on my car, just a little bit of powder in the yard, not even enough to cover the grass. So I was fortunate for that, but some parts of the area did get hammered pretty good there, so there you go. We got you down for answer C. Thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to hearing you down the log. Let's go over and talk to Jerry now, KC8HDP. Take it away.
Dustin, and good evening, Eric. Thanks for picking up the net this evening, Dustin. Doing a great job as always, and Eric, a terrific trivia question as always. No one's picked Alpha yet, so I will give Alpha a try and see what happens. It was really cold the last couple of days, yesterday and today. With the wind, it really felt cold outside, but it's supposed to start a warming trend tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Looking forward to the test session on Saturday for all those who are wanting to get licensed and upgrading. Look forward to seeing you there and meeting you, and best of luck to all who test. And looking forward to the Christmas party as well. So hope to see a lot of people there. Don't have anything else for the net, so I'm going to send it back to you, Dustin. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
All right there, Jerry. Well, thanks so much for stopping by this evening. I've got you down for answer A there, and boy, I hope you guys get lots of new hams in there testing this weekend, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the Christmas party also. So we'll say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's go talk to Mark in the middle, KG4SCK. How you doing?
Hey, good evening, Dustin, and everyone on the net. Doing great. Trying to stay warm. Good trivia question. It sounds like I missed a really good one last week. I hate that, but oh well. Psyche asteroid. A hyperbolic orbit. I wouldn't really care about that unless it crashed into the sun. Metal content. They all got metal, and I'd be interested if it was gold or something. A dumbbell shape, not too concerned. But I would like to see a dust volcano on the asteroid. So I'm going to pick Bravo, KG4SCK, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Mark. Well, we got you down for Bravo, and that would be pretty interesting to see. I would like to see some photo and video of that. So we'll say 73 to you for now, my friend. Great to hear you, and I'm sure we'll hear you again there tomorrow. All right, let's jump on down to Bill, N8 LTR on RF the way it should be. Go ahead.
Well, good evening. Oh, for the trivia, I think I'm going to pick C. I think I read or heard somewhere that was the condition with this particular rock in space that they wanted to look at. Other than that, not much going on. Got a bunch of cables color-coded this afternoon, and one rotor cable terminated with a trailer plug disconnect, so I'm going to install all that stuff tomorrow. Hopefully the wind will abate a little bit, and it won't be quite so chilly out there. And then some more stuff on Thursday, and should have stuff wrapped up except for shack work by the end of the week then. So with that, we'll turn it back to net control and LTR.
All right there, Bill. We got you down for C, and don't you know the best time to work on antennas is when it's cold and snowy and windy? Makes you pay more attention to what you're doing. Hi. Well, I hope you get your projects done, and I do hope it warms up a little bit for you. So we'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on over to Strongsville and talk to Eric. K8VZA, take it away.
KD8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Good to hear you tonight, Dustin. I'm going to go with Charlie, unusual metal content. I'm going to exercise the shorter postulate and take my chances there, roll the dice. Let's see, good Thanksgiving last week. Both kids home from school. They're back at school now, hard at work, rounding out the semester. And commute this morning was kind of tricky with the snow up here, but we made it. So that's about all I have. Thanks for running the net, Dustin. And 73, everybody. I'll be listening out to the end. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right there, KE8VZA. Well, Eric, thanks so much for stopping by and joining us this evening. I'm glad you made it through the snow apocalypse there. And we've got you down for answer C. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go talk to Northmark now. KC8FQV, take it away.
All right, KC8FQV. Yeah, the snow didn't come until after it got daylight here. So I looked about 6:30 out, and there was just coating on the driveway, but nothing else. And then later in the morning, it came. And but I'm gonna say the metal one. I'll try the metal one for no reason. Just because I think maybe that one's the right one. I don't know. So I have to look in my email and see if I think I did the club thing early. I think that was the only other thing we had to buy. That was $30, I think. I think the shirts were earlier, and that was the 21st. When I had something I did on the 21st with the club. Well, that wasn't what I mean. Yeah, the 21st I picked my T-shirts up, but I might have went home and ordered my dinner that night. I can't recall. I have to look at emails and see. But we'll send it back to the net. And yeah, tonight the Lair group is doing their holiday get-together because they end their meeting tonight. They don't do a December one. Like many groups, they don't do them in December. So let's send it back to the net, KSFQV.
All right there, Mark. We got you down for answer C there. We'll say 73 to you, and you have yourself a great evening. All right, let's jump on over to Big Prairie and talk to K9 CKY. Jason, long time no talk. How you doing?
Hello, KD8 EPC. Dustin, this is Jason in Big Prairie, K9 CKY. Doing pretty well here. It's cold up here like it is everywhere else. I hope I'm getting into the machine pretty good. I climbed up a pine tree and put the antenna at the very tip of it as far as I was able to go, rather, put it that way. And hope I'm getting in well. For the trivia question, I would go with C. I honestly don't know, but everybody seems to be going with that answer, and I'll get on the bus. But thanks for getting me in here, and hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving last week, and stay safe. Back to net.
All right there, Jason. Well, we got you down for C. And I am personally a big, big fan of the pine tree antenna. Sometime when we get together on the radio, I'll tell you the story about that. So there you go. We got you down for answer C. We'll say 73 to you, my friend, and we'll catch you there down the log. With that, this is W8WKY. Next on my list for comments, we're going to go talk to W8ELM. What comments do you have for us this evening, Eric?
Oh, not anything particular. Just had kind of a normal day today. Did have a Tuesday luncheon in Worcester with the Wayne Amateur Radio Emergency Service Group, and that was fun, although we were a little bit small. And it is cold. There's no doubt about that. My wife came in and said, did you realize that the outdoor faucet, the hose, is still hooked up? And I said, I did not. I grabbed a tea kettle, filled it with hot water, went out, poured the water over, and was able to unscrew the hose. So we were very fortunate that we didn't have an accident there. With that, that's about all I've got to say. Back to net, W8WKY from W8ELM.
All right there, Eric. We're glad you were able to get your hose disconnected there, and hopefully you got that shut off on the inside so nothing freezes up over the winter there. We'll say 73 for the moment. We'll be back up to you here shortly to get our trivia answer. In the meantime, this is W8WKY. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins for the Sarah Club Net. Please call now.
W3X with an announcement.
All right, we have a recheck from W3X with an announcement. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. I wasn't listening at the beginning of the net, so I don't know if it was mentioned, but there is a general license class starting January 14th, and it's online, so everybody can take it. So you go to www.cfarc.org, and there are two wide blue buttons there. Click on the one that says "Get Your License," and then when you click on that, it comes up with an education page, and it says Club Classes, and so it mentions the general class license course. It mentions the time, and then there's course information, and then when you click on the course information, it also has a link in there how to register for it. So again, that starts January 14th. Look into it now, so if you have to get a hold of a book or something, you can by the time the class starts. And again, that's free to the link. Getting on a link is free to everybody around the world. With that, back to the net. W8WKY, this is WO3X.
All right, thank you for that announcement there, John, and anybody looking to take a general class course, go check it out there. All right, let's go see if Ray is in here with us. K5, a CFY, are you in there?
K88 EPC and the group. This is K5CFY. I just got through shutting the RCWA 2-meter net down. I just got through my last one was FedEx Mike. He checked into the net, and let's see who else. Mark, KC8 Fox Queen Victor checked into the net down here, but I thought I'd jump up here and talk to my good friend Dustin, and it looks like a whole bunch of other ones on there that I at least get to hear every once in a while.
Well, Ray, we're glad to have you with us this evening. Yeah, I usually like to try to come down and check into your guys' Tuesday net, but here I am running this one tonight. So, yeah, you had a couple of net hoppers there. Both those guys were on here and there, so we're glad to have you. Did you hear our trivia question this evening by chance?
No, I did not, and that's okay. You don't have to read it. I could probably go to the, it's probably here on the blue screen, and I'll punch it in on the blue screen, and let's see, who is logging tonight? Yeah, I'll throw it out there, and Nick can put it in.
All right, very good there, Ray. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for everything you do for radio. 25 hours a week of net control, plus all the other things you're in there logging and doing other things for. We certainly appreciate you there. And for anybody here who doesn't know, Ray is one of the wonderful net controllers on the Boredom Breaker net, which is every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. And he's the second hour every Wednesday, which is here on the W8WKY repeater 2 for 2 hours. I'm the first hour and Ray's the second hour. So come and give him the business when you can. Ray, thanks for joining us. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, we're going to throw him under the bus here. KD8SLG, just Nick, take it away.
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin, and everyone here on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association ClubNet. Great to hear everybody. We're having some fun here. I'm going with Bravo for the trivia. That was my gut reaction, so that's where I'm going with it. Thanks as ever to Eric for having trivia for us this evening. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of you at the Christmas party. And hard to believe that's just a week and a couple of days away. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to that as well. Looking down the list, there's a bunch of us here who are going to be there, and that's going to be fun. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so don't forget the Boredom Breaker Net in the afternoon and the Beacon Net tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Early check-ins at 9:30 with yours truly. This is KD8 SLG. Back to net control. Thanks, Dustin.
All right there, Nick. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for logging tonight and tomorrow during the Boredom Breaker Net and the Beacon Net. So there you go. All right, this is WAWKY. We're going to make one more call for check-ins here before we go get our trivia answer. Any other stations that want to check into the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net, please call WAWKY. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go back up here and talk to Eric, W8ELM, to get the good trivia answer there. Go ahead there, Eric.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Well, Gary always says we're some of the best-looking hams in the business. We must also be some of the most intelligent and well-informed hams in the business. There's an old saying, you can fool some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can't fool hams. And, well, I don't know, maybe I paraphrased that a little bit. But anyway, the correct answer, as most of you knew, is C. The Psyche asteroid is of special interest because of its unusually high metal content. Let's talk about A. Hyperbolic trajectory would probably cause the asteroid to approach the sun and then veer off into space. B. These dust volcanoes are found on the so-called Devil Comet, known as 12P Pons Brooks, which should be at its brightest about mid-April of 2024. C. It's estimated that the Psyche asteroid consists of 30 to 60% metal. There's speculation it may be the core of a planet that failed to fully form. If that were the case, then we would expect most of that metal to be iron and nickel. And D, asteroid Castalia is a near-Earth crossing asteroid that has a narrow waist. So they were all possibilities, but I couldn't fool you tonight. W8WKY, W8ELM.
All right there, Eric. Well, thanks so much for doing it tonight. And, you know, you almost got me. I wanted to go for D there, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So there you go. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for always doing wonderful trivia. We really appreciate it. We look forward to hearing you again there real soon. All right, this is W8WKY. I'm at the bottom of the list, and this is going to be the last call for check-ins for the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net. Please call now.
Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-ray, that's KE8, VOS, Scott, Vermilion.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Alpha India Zulu, WB4AIZ in Poole, Florida.
All right, we picked up a couple there. I have Scott Key VOX, a little noisy Scott, but I got you. And then WB4AIZ Chuck, I got you in there in Cool, Florida. So let's start with Scott there, Key VOX. Take it away.
Thanks for getting me in, David. Good evening, everyone. KE8 VOX. Just wanted to see if I could make it direct tonight. I've been listening and had my chance, so thanks for getting me in. I just wanted to mostly just for the count, David. It's been a busy day for me and pretty tired, so KE8 VOX, I'll be clear.
All right there, Scott. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you're making it, but you were a little bit noisy, but I got everything you had to say there, so there you go. 73 for now, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on over to Florida to talk to Chuck, WB4AIZ. How you doing?
Yeah, WB4AIZ. I'm doing okay, I guess. Yeah, it's like local TV station with over in Tampa. They say it's 51, but over there, it could change. It could vary somewhat. So I think it's supposed to get in the 40s, upper 40s. So I keep telling people I'm moving to Florida where it's warm and balmy. So anyways, I've been here since '74, so I've seen snow twice down here. So, 1977, we got a light dusting. Anyways, don't have a whole lot, so I gotta charge my batteries up on the phone. WB4AIZ, back to net.
All right there, Chuck. Well, it's 21 and windy here in Ohio, so enjoy your 50s and consider yourself lucky. Great to hear you out there. I don't usually get to hear you. You're usually in and out with Nick before I get there, so we'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. Speaking of Nick, we're going to go talk to him. Just Nick, KD8SLG, take it away.
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Thanks, Dustin. I just wanted to throw out there for everybody, if you are looking for a little more net tonight, the Watch Net starts at the top of the hour down in Millersburg with Charlie on KD8QGQ, and that's 146670, negative offset with a PL tone of 71.9. The Watch Net's a good time. Charlie's fun. So throw down there if you can reach it. This is KD8SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Dustin.
All right, thank you, Nick, and we'll try to see if we can't make it down there tonight. Sounds like it should be a good one. All right, let's put a bow on it here. This is the final call for check-ins. This is W8WKY. Please call now.
Whiskey 2, Lima, Sierra, John and Fairlawn.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, Nick and Akron.
All right, what a nice orderly list of check-ins, and a couple of really good ones, too. We have W2JLS at John, good evening, and K8QKO, and Nick at Night, good evening to you, my friend. Let's start with John, W2JLS, take it away.
Hi, Dustin. Good evening on your ears. I don't have a whole bunch to say. I was listening in briefly on Echolink earlier and got pulled away, and now I'm back in the air on the real radio, and so I missed the trivia, didn't hear the question, heard a couple of people guessing answers. Don't want to trouble you guys with all of that again. Maybe you've already even read those back, the answers, etc. But I just wanted to chime in and say hello to everyone out there listening in the Sarah Club and otherwise visiting the repeater. So there's that, buddy, and it's good to hear your voice. W2JLS, back to you.
All right there, John. Well, I'm glad you got to come in and say hello and check in with me. It's been a while since we've gotten to chat, so we'll have to have a QSO one of these days real soon and catch up. We'll say 73 for now. You're sounding real good there, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on down here to Nick at Night, KQKO. Take it away.
KQKO. Good evening, Dustin. Good evening, everyone on that. Ditto on the trivia question. I didn't hear it. I was doing stuff in the kitchen, messing around the house. And came in the radio room and heard the net on, so I listened for a little bit there. But aside from that, so I hop in here and say hello. And I don't always get onto the club net too often, and Nick's mentioned that to me a couple times. I want to make sure that I got in there and say hello. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Dustin. KEQKF.
All right, KEQKO. Well, Nick, we're glad to have you with us tonight. And you know what? I think it's time to get you to run a club net here and there. So maybe we can make that happen for you whenever you're ready there, my friend, because you do a good job there on the beacon net, and why not try it on the club net there sometime? So we'll say 73 to you for now, my friend. Great to hear you, and we look forward to catching you there down the log. All right, this is the final call for the Sierra Club Tuesday Night Net. Please call W8WKY.
W8WKY.
There's an echo, Dustin. KD8SLG.
All right there, Nick. Thanks so much. All right, with that, we're going to close the net at this time at 8:53, and let's see how many do we get tonight with 31 check-ins. Come and join us again next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. for another fun time. I think Gary AAHCS will be at the helm, if I remember correctly there. So with that, this is W8WKY. I'm returning the repeater to normal use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all.
W8VPV. Repeater.
K8ZFR. Good evening. The time is 8:57 p.m. W8VPV. Repeater PL110.9. The time is 9 p.m.
Okay, let's see if this repeater becomes unavailable. We'll switch to our alternate repeater frequency of 146.94, which has a negative offset, requires PL tone of 110.9. Okay, do we have any mobile, portable, or low power stations?
November 8, Bravo, Alpha Yankee, Ralph and So. I'm on an HT. In and out.
Okay, NADAY. Ralph got you in and out and listening. Thanks so much. Any other mobile, portable, or low power stations? Okay, nothing heard. Do I have any chest sideband names on? Okay, we'll start taking general check-in. When checking in, please give me your call sign, your name, location, and if you have anything for the net. Station wish to check at this time, please give me a call.
Good evening, Greg. This is
W8WKY.
No traffic.
Good evening, Greg. WB82LT, Linda in Chesterland. No traffic.
W9HIP. Hi, Greg. Neil in Painesville. No traffic.
Yeah, got in F1X, Neil and Nina, good evening. WBAQLT, good evening, Linda. And W9HIP, Neil and Christine. Good evening, Linda and Mike. Anybody else? Okay, a little short tonight. I would think today would be a good day to be on the radio. WBAQLT, Linda, go ahead and start song. Go ahead.
WBAQLT, well, good evening to everybody on the net. Certainly was a chilly day today. We've got about 4 inches of snow over here. My new snowplow guy did come through and did my driveway, so that was a good thing. I was happy to see him show up. But other than that, Linda did not go outside today. No, not in the snow. Not taking any chances. So everybody have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll catch everybody on Friday night. 7-3 to all. Back to you, Greg, WBA2LT.
Okay, NF1X, good evening to you. How's the weather that's going up there in your part of town?
Well, good evening, Greg. Well, they predicted 11 inches, and we got about 3.5. But the drivers, yeah, they're just like all the time. So I had to go out and get dinner, and these guys, they tailgated me just like this dry weather. Boy, I'll tell you, it's scary. I ended up going about 30 miles an hour to make sure the guy could stop before he slid into me. Other than that, everything is fine and neat. Snow's pretty. Weather's just perfect. Can't complain about any of that. Just not enough snow. Anyway, Greg, everybody on the net, have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking to everybody again on Friday night. Stay safe, drive careful. NF1X, back to net.
W8DES repeater.
Like I said, Sunday night, everybody's going to get out there and try to prove to you they know how to drive anymore. So, there you go. You get very much snow down here. You got maybe about an inch and a half, not very much more. You and I have to go out there tomorrow to take care of something else. I think the children will be on the back on the beach, so you go up there. Let's see where I'm at here. Brings me down to W9HIP, Neil and Christine. Neil, how'd the storm hit you folks up there?
Hi, Greg and the net, and Christine says hi. We had 8 inches of snow, and a little bit less here and there, and maybe a little more because it was drifting. And we did get right out there and take care of it ourselves. I have an electric plug-in snow thrower that finally failed to work because I think the snow was just too heavy for it. It was just throwing it like a foot. Fun to look at, though. Anyway, we got out there and were able to push the snow off, and it took probably an hour for our driveway. Not too bad. We were careful. And let's see, other than that, we had finished up today our fine leftovers from Thanksgiving. So that is all gone. I can't think of anything else to add. So 7-3 all. This is W9HIP.
But you guys got the you got there to take care of it. Yes, everybody. You got to go out there and shovel snow, kind of. down here to Tree City, we got, like I said, about 1.5 inches, and that was it. Of course, we were on the southern end of the storm, so we didn't get very much, but it sure is cold out there. I had to bundle up just when I got to the driveway to the mail. It really is cold out there. It looks like it's going to be that way for the next couple of days until the end of the week. It's saying they warm up in the upper 40s and start raining, so I guess that's a good thing. Okay, let me throw out this. I'm thinking about it here. On Saturday at 5:43, there will be a 5-minute pass of the International Space Station at 26 degrees. It will appear in the northwest skyline for and on Sunday at 6:31 will be a 4-minute pass of the 86 degrees. For everybody, once again in the northwest sky, and it will curve and go to the southeast. Something to look forward to there on the weekend. We'll kind of a few more there throughout the rest of the next week. We're going to throw that on there as well. Okay, do I have any further stations for the Tuesday night edition of the Tri-County Traffic Training Net? Please call WBAYYS Net Control.
WBAYYS Net Control. This is N8MP, Ted, Williamsfield, without traffic.
KB8 OVA, Lyle, no traffic.
N8MP, evening, Ted.
Okay, Greg, kind of noisy into the repeater today. I don't know what the deal is. My antenna or something, or not everybody is noisy, so I don't know. Would have got here earlier, except I had a facility call, so I was there. So sorry about being late. Not much to talk about out here in Williamsfield. We only got about 1.5 inches here. Not much. Everything is nicely covered, but not a lot. So that's the way it goes. Temperature is right now it's 24 degrees, so that's the way that goes. Thanks for picking me up, and with that, back to net and 8MP.
By and yeah, it's about 24 down here, and I haven't looked at the weather station to see what the weather the rest is, what the wind chill is, but it's that way. So I'm on this side of the cold wall. We're on the warm side of the cold wall. I can't stay here the rest of the night as well. All right, KB8 OVA, Lyle, what's going on down there in West Farmington tonight?
Good evening, Greg, and everybody else on it. I tell you what, I don't know what's going on with the signal that you got. Everybody else is coming in really good there. I don't know what's, maybe you can increase your power, change position. I don't know what's going on. It's really staticky. I hear about every other word and a lot of static there. So, not too much going on here. We got about 1 inch. Yeah, we're not even in the snow belt. You know, that's the thing about being down here in West Farmington. We're not in a snow belt, and we're not even in the secondary snow belt, so we got maybe at 1 inch. The further south you get, the less you get. So, unless the wind changes and you know how Ohio weather is. With that, we'll say 7-3. Didn't go out today at all, except put the garbage out this morning. KB8 OVA.
Okay, well, the problem is down here on my end. I don't know if the antenna's got ice on it or what. Got something wrong with it there, but I figure if it warms up a little bit by the end of the week, I'll bring the elements to go up there on the roof, see if I can tighten up something like that. Might have finish needs cleaned up or something like that. So glad to hear somebody pointed that out there too. So, well, take care of yourself and stay warm, and hopefully we'll talk to you there Friday night. I'm down at the bottom of the list once again. This is the Tri-County Traffic Training Net Tuesday night edition, WBAYYS Net Control, looking for additional stations with or without traffic, like check-in bells and traffic.
All right, looks like on a Tuesday evening, like I said, the normal group for the use of our theater. And for everybody to stop by here this evening, spend a little bit of your Tuesday evening with us here on the radio. If you'd like more information about the group, you can hit up our website, www.crowd.net. Information about the theater and the normal group can be found at w8.org. And we are here on Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday evenings at 9 o'clock. So you get sure the folder stop by and join us here. Happy to have many people in here as we can. So with that, I'll close this session of the net. I'll make it at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Return repeater back to General Energy. Everybody stay warm, stay safe out there. WDAYYS signing the net clear. We'll see you all Friday night.
repeater.
So, Kevin, if you're still there, this is NOHJ. I'm actually coming in through a repeater. Just curious, do you notice any difference?
No, none.
I got some clown background talking to me. No, you're great. You don't ever have to worry about it. All the Yaesu stuff is good on hotspots or good through repeaters or whatever. Well, just one of those things I wanted